Okay, good evening, everyone. Well, for the ones who are in the other part of the world, good afternoon. I know that Brazilians it's like 4 p.m. In Mexico, it's 1 or 2 p.m. Assim,
1
1
p.m.
p.m. And in Ecuador, que hora es?
It's 2 p.m.
2 p.m. You see, so many different times. Anyhow, I'm here to introduce you guys to Christel tonight. Christel, as she told you, some of you already, she's born in Belgium, but she lives in Norway. I met her through my best friends. There's her sister here in Belgium, Linda. And I had the pleasure to meet Christel in person a couple of times already. And always when we meet, it's lots of fun. And I thought it would be a great idea to invite her to host her session here with us. So that's why she's here. Thank you, Christel, for doing that for us.
Thank you,
I
Simone.
know you're a busy lady and you took the time. So we're gonna start with questions, and then if you don't feel comfortable, you just say sorry, I don't know,
Okay.
or I cannot answer, and then just like that. Okay, guys. Adenilson, I think he has to be
Vera
prepared.
is coming. Let me just admit it. One.
Okay, so another friend is coming. And I think like
Vera,
Adenilson had
yeah, a
some
lot of
questions
questions,
already.
Chris. Sorry, today I'm gonna grill you. I'm gonna grill you. A lot of questions.
Yeah,
uh,
ready?
just admit, Vera. Vera, how are you? Vera speaking from
She's from Switzerland.
Switzerland. Oh, Switzer. I don't know how to write, but anyway, Sweets.
Switzerland.
Sweet.
Oh,
Switzerland.
should I put it on the chat for you?
Okay, please. So hard to write.
I think it's like that in English. Is that correct?
Is that
Vera?
not? No. No?
Switzerland.
Oh, no.
Something like that. It's
Yeah,
okay. All right,
okay, it's
guys,
okay.
let's start with the questions.
Crystal, pleased to
Hi.
meet you. Okay. I'd like to know about the name of your country, Norway. I was looking on the internet and I was pay attention to the name Norway, and I was thinking, oh, it can be like something related to north and to way, like
Yeah.
the way to the north, is that?
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. The way to the north. Yes, that's very right.
Oh, great, great. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking, what is
Yes.
the name in Norwegian language? Do you have a Norwegian language, or is just
Yes, we have
the-
officially 2 Norwegian languages. One is called the Bokmål. That's what most people talk around Oslo and the inland. And most part of the coast, they talk nynorsk, and it is another kind of Norwegian. It's like the 2 languages are related, but also very different in pronunciation. So most people here in Oslo and the environment around speak bokmål eller riksmål. That's what also everything like that's yeah. But there are 2 official languages. And the children at school learn both languages. They have one language, Norwegian, and the other language, Norwegian, is just like a course they have that they know it, that they can speak it, but it's not obligatory to have it. Like you don't have to be bilanguage. You don't have to be that. So
Is it
it's
like a
one of the
dialect?
Yeah.
Crystal, is it like a dialect or it's
yes.
really
No, it's more than a dialect.
Oh,
It's more than a dialect. It's just in which part of the country you grow up, that's the way you speak. And you learn the other Norwegian language at school, but you don't practice it every day. So, but both languages, if you want to have something with the government, you can choose in which kind of Norwegian language you want to reply. If you want it in nynorsk or you want it in bokmål.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
So there are two official
You are
languages.
so luck for living in such a beautiful country. And
Yes, I am really.
let's talk about the Northern Lights or Aurora Borealis, okay? You are so
Yes.
lucky to see the Aurora Borealis. So tell us, what is the best time of year to see the Northern Lights? And there
Today,
is
the place where I live.
yeah,
Tonight,
Oh,
the
come
place where
on,
I
really?
live.
share your screen
In
with us.
at the news, we have to go out tonight because just where I live, and that's exceptionally that it's so far south of Norway. So tonight at 12 o'clock, everyone's supposed to go out because we can see the Northern Lights.
Do you live in
Wow.
Oslo? All right, Oslo.
No, I'm not living. I'm living in a town 20 kilometers west from Oslo.
Oh, let me
So I
share.
travel every day into Oslo. It's not that far.
Let me share
I
your
work
city
in
here.
Oslo.
The best view to see the northern lights is more to the north, right? The more you go to the north,
Yes,
the best the view of the northern
yes.
lights. And about the color, it's always green, or there are different colors of the
No, you
northern
can have
lights.
it in yellow and red, and sometimes in purple.
Wow, purple, beautiful. What is the name of your city? I don't know if I'm
Uh,
gonna be able to
you
write.
don't have, I'm not that high up. You have to go more south, and you can write down Asker, Asker. There, yes.
Oh, it's close to Oslo.
Yes. It's about 22 kilometers from Oslo.
Oh.
Oh, and
So,
let
and
me
I
show
drive
you
the
some.
bus in the way I can see the water, the sea when I go into Oslo at the bus. So
How many people live in Oslo?
about 65,000 people.
Look at cat, the cows.
Yes, we have cows
It is
and
a agricultural area here. What kind of plantation we can find here in the city? Or there is no.
in Asker there are a lot of houses, and it's like that where you see beach house. I have a neighbor that is a farmer across the road. He is a farmer, but most people live here and work either in Oslo or in
Mm,
Asker. Most people work in Oslo and live here.
McDonald's.
Yes, it's like a side town to the, yeah.
Uh,
Christel, is the public transportation good there where you live?
Better than in Belgium, but now at this point, the trains have problems
Oh.
because we had a very rough winter last winter with a lot of snows, and a lot of train sets were damaged, and they're still repairing them. So the people that are traveling to Oslo, they are complaining because they have to stand on the train, and so. But otherwise, we have okay transport, but it's expensive.
Crystal,
It's not cheap.
tell us a little bit about the fjords.
Yes,
Yeah, where
we have a
can
lot
we
of
find
fjord.
the
We have
fjords? Where can you find the fjords here?
Oslo is lying at the beginning of a fjord, for example.
Mm.
Oslo is a fjord.
Ah, yeah,
Is
this
there-
part here. This part here is a
Yes,
fjord.
this all the water that into the sea, that's the Oslo fjord. If you, yeah, just scroll all the way is a Oslo fjord.
Oh.
Wow.
Let me show you guys image of a fjord so you can see. Let me stop sharing here. I'm gonna share some
The
images.
most impressive fjord is in Sogndal, Sognefjorden. at the
Feature.
West Coast. That's the most impressive one. And that's where our princess married the shaman in Geiranger. You probably heard about it in the news.
Yeah, look at the chart.
Yes.
It's so deep and so narrow and so long, you know, long, narrow, and deep at the same time. It's
Yes.
salt
But
water.
some
It's not
fjords
fresh
are,
water
yes,
from glaciation, glaciers, from
yes,
glaciers.
yes.
Wow, beautiful.
Yes, but we have lots of fjords. Not everyone is like that narrow, because
Mhm.
Oslo is more like this, because it's an older fjord.
More wide.
Yes, more wide.
Christel, now it's winter in Norway. About to
No,
end
it's
winter? No,
fall. Fall.
fall. How
It's
about
fall.
tell us a little bit about the midnight sun and the polar days. The polar
Okay.
nights, I mean the polar nights and
The polar nights. Okay. The 23rd of June, there is a celebration that is called Sankt Hans. If you write it down in Google,
Mhm. Let me check here.
and you take SANKT,
Go.
SANKT,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have like a
Yes,
little
Santo.
Sankt Hans,
Santo.
celebration. If you take that and you take
All right,
pictures,
Denise, can you
Yeah.
share the screen again?
Yeah, let me share.
at the 23rd of June, the schools are finished. It's summer,
This is
and we
this
make
name?
like this. Yes, like that. Yes. We make a fire at the beach, and yes, it's like a larger fire than this. But we make a fire at the beach with a lot of people. We take picnic outside. Like that, yes. Like that. And they do it as well in Denmark, in Iceland, in Norway, Sweden, Finland. It's a Scandinavian tradition. And then the summer starts, but we are celebrating that we have 24 hours daylight. Not always sunshine, but daylight.
For how many days?
About 6 weeks.
6 weeks? And
Yes.
how do you manage it to sleep?
We have curtains you draw for, because otherwise you don't sleep.
Yeah.
That it's often when we have visitors, you forget the time. You believe it's just
Wow.
evening, 6, 7 o'clock, and it's 2 o'clock at midnight, because you don't get tired as well, because you have a lot of energy. But
Wow.
you get tired after 1 week, you're exhausted. So you learn to to sleep.
And how do you manage to stay awake on midnight during the midnight sun?
No, you don't have to be awake. You can just
And if you manage to stay awake, like the days when you were in total darkness, for example, I think she got frozen.
Yes, her connection is bad now. Oh. Um,
Oh, she left.
we lost her. I think she'll be back soon.
Yeah. I was disconnected. I don't know why.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
okay. Christel, I was asking about the midnight sun. When it's time of
Yes,
the
I know.
midnight sun, how many days in total darkness?
6 weeks
6
is it
weeks
about?
as well.
Yes, 6 weeks. And then it is going really fast. Now the days are shortening. And from let's see, about the end of November, 6 weeks, then we have the opposite. We have almost no daylight. We have the darkness.
And then you
And then
feel
we have
asleep the whole day. You feel sleepy.
yes, and then you want to sleep. Yes. But then you just also have to stand up and go to work. And then you have really darkness. And then if it's a day that is a bit cloudy or something, then you feel like it's midnight all the night.
Wow.
Yes.
I
And that's
was
also about 6 weeks. And in the southern part of Norway, you get a bit of daylight, and it is not that dark, but there's too hot. More north you go in Norway, the longer the dark period
Mhm.
lasts, and the longer the summer period of the midnight
Mhm.
sun is lasting.
Wow. Thank you so much.
So, yeah, in the newspapers, we can follow
Mhm.
when the sun gets up and gets down. You have like a whole column that is
Mm.
following that. It's quite an experience. Both the midnight sun and the darkness in the winter.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I
But
think Frecia should try to ask a question. Frecia, can you ask a
Yes,
question?
yes. How, o sea, how does like your activities change in those 6 weeks? Dark.
in the dark, you are more inside. And it helps when the snow is coming. Then it feels lighter because the light from the electricity from the roads is reflecting on the snow, and it's a bit lighter. So
Mhm.
at the moment the snow is coming, it doesn't feel that dark, even though it is dark. So it's dark, but it feels not that dark because we have white snow in the winter time.
And it is very cold.
Yes, we have had now several winters with minus 25.
Oh,
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And not just one day, several weeks, like minus 19, minus 22, minus 25, minus 27, back to minus 20, like this. Yeah. And that's especially in like New Year, from New Year's Eve until January out. Then it's very, very cold.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Heider, do you have a question maybe?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm not sure, but it's true that the suicide rate is high in Norway.
Excuse me, can you repeat a
Is
bit?
it true? Is it true that the suicide cases is high?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
that
really?
is true. Yes, that is true.
Oh my
And
God.
especially in winter time, because a lot
That
of
is that
people,
is there some special reason?
yes, there is a special reason. Because Norway is a long country, very spread. People live very spread. There are a
Okay,
lot of people that live in places uh, not central. There's a long way before you go to the shop or something, that are lonely. And there was also, when they're lonely, either they get depressed or they drink. There are also a lot of
okay.
people, and then they take their lives because, yeah. So, yes, that is true.
And the what age is most common suicide case? The age
That's
it's
that's different. That's
different.
depending on the life
Different.
situation, and but mostly
Okay,
men, especially
okay.
men, are exhibited for that. Yeah.
Depression,
Yes,
expression, maybe.
depression, alcohol, loneliness, not
Okay,
seeing people. Yes,
okay. Thank you.
welcome.
That was a very good question, Heider. I think that most of the countries in Europe, they're known for the high rates of suicides in the winter. However, I believe that nowadays you see that everywhere because of stress or financial situation, love life. I think it's a global situation, what's going on. And indeed, different ages, but mostly men. Here in Belgium, we have the same. I don't know if Laurence can tell us a little bit about France, but I think
I
it's
was
not that
wondering,
bad.
already 20 years ago, it was 8,000 suicides per year. I think it
Yeah.
was more than the accident on the highway, I think. And I think it's the number only for men, but I'm not sure exactly. I don't know. There are regularly campaigns to prevent suicide, like in Belgium and in the Netherlands. I cannot. I can. Yeah.
Here is very accurate and they really try. I think Vera lives in the Netherlands. I think, are you aware of the situation as well in the Netherlands? They really try to have lines that people can call and they can help and yeah, it still is not an easy task, but they try. Yeah, they have some groups, but it's difficult. Let's try a little lighter topic. Vera, do you have a question maybe? You have a question? Okay, go ahead.
Now I wanted to ask Christel, back to the old topic actually, how many months of winter do you actually have?
6.
Whoa, okay. That's really long. And
Yes.
how warm does it get in the summer, in the south, let's say?
That's depending. This summer was very wet and cold. We had about 20 degrees, but we had now in September, in the fall, we had 23, 25 degrees some day.
Okay.
So it's a bit like changing, but some summers we are very lucky and we have lots of sunshine, and in the area where I live, about 25 till 30 degrees.
Okay.
So it's not common with temperatures over 30 degrees in summer. That's not common in Norway.
Has it changed lately?
It has changed for 5-6 years ago. We had a lack of snow in wintertime in November and December. There wasn't almost no snow, but we always had snow Christmas Eve, that we had. But the snow is coming November.
Okay.
Almost. But last winter, November, the snow came very early, starting October, and was lasting all to March. At the end of March, we had snow and ice. So, and it was very cold as well, and there was a lot of snow, really, lots of snow. So it's like we had some years with lag, and now we had one year with enormous snow. So I wonder what this winter will bring us, because now with this September is a bit warmer than we used to have, at least some days, but we don't know. We have to wait and see.
Okay. Yeah, we all have to wait and see.
Yeah, but in Switzerland it's also, depending where you live, you have a lot of snow in Switzerland as well.
Yeah, sometimes. I don't live in Switzerland since 5 years, so. But yeah, there are also winters you have a lot of snow and winters you don't have. A lot of snow, which is also really bad for skiing.
Yeah.
And down in the lower parts of Switzerland, you often don't have a lot of snow.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Laurence, you have a question?
Yeah. Yes, I have two things. Once, it's funny because you are saying that the weather now in Norway is warmer than usual. And us in France, I don't know in the Netherlands, but in France we have a polar cold at the moment.
Mhm.
So it's normally we should have, I don't know, 25, 30, can even be 30 degrees a day like today. And it's maximum 20 degrees. So we have minimum 5 degrees less. And during the night, it's very cold. We have really polar cold at the moment. But okay, the reason why I raised my hand was for another question. It was often in the movies, like in Scotland or in these places in the Northern Europe, they have like this kind of sector. I don't know if that's English. The sects, I don't know, religious. So like people
Religious,
are very
yes.
religious
Communities.
and it's very strict, and people on one side at home they will hide and drink, and on the other side they have to go to the church and respect blah blah blah, but in fact they turn crazy. Do you have that as well in Norway?
Yes, yes, we do have it, but they are very select. They're, but we have a lot of like not sects, but religious groups that have their own opinions and own way of life. Some they don't drink. Some women are not allowed to use prevention. Not allowed to work. Like, yeah, we have that as well. But not as extreme as in America. Like we're
Okay.
not that
Yeah,
extreme. Not that extreme. They take part in social life like work and everything because they have to survive. But they don't participate in after work activities or something like that.
Yeah, I was thinking of some movie I have seen in the past about the situation where people prefer to respect the rules instead of helping the neighbors who is in a difficult situation or some issues like that.
I can only I don't know how the neighbor differences or friendships are in other places, but here where I live, we have a very good neighborhood.
Yes.
We talk with all the neighbors. We get together. We have suppers together. We sit in each other's gardens in summertime and have a beer or drink some wine or So we have a very.
So it really compensates the bad
It's
weather
not.
sometimes.
But here where I live, I don't. There aren't any of that people living that you are mentioning, like in a special way of life. Yes, they also seek to each other and live more with each other. But there are a lot of people that are lonely and live all across Norway because Norway is a very big and large country.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Christel, I have a question. Yeah, we know, like I was in Norway in 2016, 2016, so it's been almost 10 years. I felt when I was there that I was in the future, and Norway is known for being, ahead of time. So is it true
Not always.
Yeah, so that's why I think it's a little bit contradictional. Like somehow you also want to lay back, go back in the old days. Is it true like most of women, they don't work? Like one salary is enough?
No.
So women, they do have to work, but they work part-time.
women have to work, um, the part-time or full-time. We have a maternity leave that is 1 year, whereof about 6 weeks the father has to take, and the rest the parents can divide between each other. But most mothers see it as their right and duty to take that time because it's my time off, they say. So, and that's why they stay longer with the children at home.
And it's like full paid or 50%?
It depends. You can have 1 year with 80% of your salary, or you can have 9 months with 100% of your salary. The only problem with that is you don't have any place to put the little child, because here in Norway, there aren't any places, not even private, that take a child beneath 1 year.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So they would need their parents to help, like women.
Yes, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncle, or something. Or yeah. So you don't have any place to deliver the child. You don't have any public places like they take a 3-month-old or 6-month or 9-month. They don't do that. There
So
aren't
they
any
have
places.
they have daycare after 1 year. So
1 year, then you have daycare.
1 year, okay. So
When
that's why they kind of force women to stay and
not
bond with their
forced, you can
babies.
divide it with your husband.
Oh, you can split. So, but you said like the husband 6
Has
weeks,
6 weeks.
but
Has to
then he
take
can
6
decide.
weeks.
He can decide to stay longer at home as well. Oh, I
Yes,
see.
but then it goes. Then the mother that can't take everything out. Like with our firstborn, with my eldest, I had 9 months maternity leave, and Stenule took the rest. So we divided it in that way. He had more than 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And with the second one, we divided it in two because my work wanted me back at work. So I had 6 months maternity leave, and he had 6 months maternity leave and a paternity leave.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go to work, even though I was still breastfeeding. So he had to come with the little one to my work so I could breastfeed, and he can go back.
So you have a special place at work. They have a privacy to nurse the
breastfeed.
baby.
Yes.
Oh,
You can get a little office to do that, and you get some like the time off for to do that.
And most women, they do breastfeeds in Norway
Yes,
then.
they try a whole year, and sometimes when women can't manage it, it's like a heavy load, and it's like they feel bad if they can't manage it, because it's like, oh, you have, everybody does, why can't you? Like, and if you don't, then it can't manage it. It's very heavy load socially to say no. Yeah, and some women can't, and then it's
Oh, that's
it's difficult.
interesting. Yeah. So like they have this society pressure to perform. Like they
Yes,
have to breast because they say it's healthy or
it is. It is
I mean,
healthy.
what do they say in Norway about that? It's healthy. What else? What else?
The children getting smarter. It's not only healthier, it's more hygienic.
Cheaper, maybe?
The mother eats a lot, so you have to eat more. It's like the mother knows when the child is hungry because your breasts are growing, and then you know when your child needs food. So you are in the neighborhood
So you have a special bond with your baby
Yes.
as well. Yeah, okay.
And also the baby smells that it's you.
Yes, so it goes back to the bond that I just described.
Yeah, so
Okay,
there are
very
several
interesting.
special, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Haydar, you have a question?
Yeah, about the Norwegian cod, all right, the fish, because
Yes.
the Brazilian love eat Norwegian cod, but here it's very expensive for us. Few people are able to buy to eat
Yes.
Norwegian cod. In there is expensive also too.
If this is the last thing you said, if it is special.
No, the
Yes.
price
The prices of the
is
fish,
expensive.
yes. The
Yes,
fresh fish prices are expensive for us as well. If you buy
Okay.
them for deep fried, then it's not that expensive. But the fresh fish is also expensive in Norway.
But
It
do
is.
you
Really,
eat them like in Brazil, like it's salty with salt or not?
Like the clip fish, like the salty that is dried in the
Yeah,
wind.
dried. Yeah.
Yes, yes, we eat bacalhau.
Bacalhau.
That
Yeah.
is the Spanish. Yes,
Yeah.
it's also we eat that as well, and we small bites of the clip fish, like the salted dry fish. It's eat like a snack. You're just chewing
No,
on it. Do you do that as well?
no. Either
no,
we here in Brazil we say that we never see the head of the cod. We don't find the
yeah,
head of
okay.
the cod. Yeah, just the body. The head we don't know where it is.
No, the head is
They throw away. Yeah, it's back.
they
It's
throw
sent back
away.
to Norway.
Yeah, they made fish soup out of it. Yeah, but if you Google Lofoten and dry fish, you get a picture of how they dry it in the open air.
What is the name? Sorry.
Lofoten, Lofoten.
Oh,
And
sorry.
then dry fish.
I didn't understand. Please. L.
The L from Lima, O
Hmm?
from Otto, F
Mm-hmm.
from Frederick, O
Mm-hmm.
from Otto,
Oh,
T
laughter.
from Tank, Lofoten.
Lofoten.
Yes, and then dry fish.
Let me see here.
And then you get a picture of like a wooden, like almost like a church, and where they hang the fish.
Oh, okay. Let me share. I found here.
I was with my
No,
work at a factory that made that and was hanging it up. Yes, that's it. That's how they dry your fish.
This is made of cod? Not just cod, but another kind of fish, or just cod?
No, that's the fish you are getting that is drying.
Oh, yeah. This is the process. Drying.
Yes, that's one of the
Oh,
processes.
okay.
They're
Great.
drying it in the wind, and that makes it salty.
Christel, we do here in Brazil the same process, but with meat, with meat. We
Yeah.
dry the meat and it's called jerk beef. We do the same here for a lot of days, and it's the same process, I think, under the sun,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm. So it's like you see there there's like that, and yeah.
Christel, guys, I forgot to share the northern lights, so I'm gonna share the northern lights to you to see this beautiful view. Okay.
okay.
And yeah, a lot of different colors, Christel. It's not
Yes.
other than just green. I thought it was just green, but we see like
No.
purple and
Yes.
yellow. It depends on the
Yes.
time, the time of the year, or it's all like
No, it's depending on the activity of the sun and how much is coming down, and yeah, and weather conditions and yeah, there's a lot of
It's so beautiful.
beautiful.
but it has to be dark. You can't have like lights from the road. You have to go a place where it's dark, where there isn't
You cannot
any
see from the city, for
other
example.
light pollution, then you see it.
Yeah, beautiful. Christel, tell us a little bit about the Viking heritage to the people in Norway today. We can find a lot of descendants from the Viking era.
The Viking era was very, very important for all Scandinavian countries. And everywhere you go, you see like a connection with it. Yeah. And like the mythology, everything. Yeah. It's a long history. So what do you want to know about Vikings?
The descendants, like there are some descendants from the Vikings, a kind of tribe or people that they're descendants from the Vikings, or not?
The Norwegians that are living in Norway and that were born here and have several generations back are all grandparents long away that were Vikings. That were the people that were living here. It's not like a tribe.
Yeah, it comes from all the people.
There were the people that were living here. It's like like you go back and talk about people in Brazil that were living in
the
900th
indigenous, like
century.
indigenous people, like for us, that the people who lived here before the discovery of the
In
country, for example,
between
the native
900
people,
and 1100, yes.
the native people.
The native people, but it's no tribe.
It's not tribe, it's the people.
It's no tribe.
And
We're just people.
And there are celebrations now that celebrate the Vikings in Norway.
One of the celebrations that is from Vikings, that's the Sankt Hans celebration with the burning of the winter. And in wintertime we have Lucia. Then we celebrate that the light is coming back. Yeah. So and like Christmas in Viking times, it is called Jul. They had also a celebration, and the Christian people and the to get together, they put the two celebrations together. Then it became Christmas.
Oh,
but it's still yeah. Here they have like the small I don't know the real Norwegian word for the English word for like nisse. It's not a troll, it's nisse. Perhaps you can Google it. N from Nico, I fra Ingrid, S fra Sierra, S fra Sierra, E fra Edward, N fra Nico. Nissen. That are the creatures. They are mythology creatures, but they are very important. Every Christmas, I
couldn't find. Please say again. Sorry.
N from Nico. I from Ingrid. S from Sierra. 1 time again. S from Sierra,
Mm-hmm.
E from Edward,
Mm-hmm.
N from Nico.
Nissan.
Nissan. Yeah.
It's like a Japanese word.
You do Nissan Norway then, Adenilson.
Nissan Norway. Yeah.
Nissan,
Yeah,
Norway. Okay.
Nissan
yeah.
Norway.
Maybe we're gonna find something then.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let me share.
It's like creatures. I don't know the English word. I'm sorry.
It's like
In Dutch, it is kabouters.
it's like a nom.
Type.
A nom.
Yes.
A nom.
Yes.
Yeah, a nom.
That's it. And we place them all around in the house. And
Mm.
that is from yeah. We yeah.
The helpers of Santa Claus.
The helpers of Santa Claus. They are very important. We set them, we put them out at our door, inside, out. You see, you have got a lot of it.
Cute.
Yes, they're very cute. Yeah.
Christel, can you tell us, for you, what was the most difficult thing moving from Belgium to Norway? And I think there are differences, right? Between the
Yes, there are.
cultures and the language. Did you have to go to a course to prove that you could speak Norwegian, or they're a little bit soft on that?
If you don't speak Norwegian, it's hard to get a job. You can get a job if you only speak English. In some international companies, they speak English, but most people that work there also speak Norwegian at a coffee place, at lunch break, and so you have to be able to speak Norwegian to live here. I learned Norwegian in Belgium before I moved.
Mm-hmm.
And I went in.
Did you move for love?
Yes,
For
but
work?
let me put it this way. I learned Norwegian to travel. I love to travel in Scandinavia.
Mm-hmm.
And it was either to learn Swedish, Danish, or Norwegian. And I got the advice that if you learn Norwegian, you understand both the Swedish and the Danish people, and that's true. But the Danish people don't always understand the Norwegian and the Swedes don't understand Danish. So that's why I learned Norwegian. And after the courses that I took in Belgium, the professor advised me to take a course at the university, a summer course. And then I went to Oslo and I went 6 weeks at the University of Oslo and studied Norwegian. There were different grades there at the university. So I came in at the high grade because I could some Norwegian because of the courses. And after that, I got a Norwegian degree that I could speak Norwegian. So that I can use, and that I could use then to find a job, and that proved that I could speak Norwegian. Most people that are moving to Norway have to take Norwegian courses and have to take a test to prove that they can minimal speak some Norwegian. But because of that I did that course on my own, and this is when I was at that course and was living at like the student places, that's where I met Stenula. So I didn't know anybody before I took the course. It was not in my meaning to meet somebody there when I was studying.
It was just fate. And I must say that you don't sound Belgian at all. You sound Norwegian now when you speak English very much. So
Okay.
I think
I'm really Belgium.
You
Born
when
and
I speak to
raised.
you in Flemish, I don't hear any accent, but when you speak English, I hear Norwegian accent. So
Okay.
I think you're very integrated.
Perhaps I am. But I
And your
live here.
children, are they bilingual?
Yes, they are. Yes, they went to the Norwegian school, but in addition, they also went to the international school to learn the Dutch. So they went from first grade until the 10th, 10th grade. They learned Dutch and the Dutch language, history, culture, geographics, in addition to the Norwegian school every week. And they did exams and everything.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes. So when we were on holiday, they can just do whatever they want. They don't need me as an interpreter
That's nice. I didn't
or
know that.
translator. Or,
So
yeah.
is that something that if you're in Norway, could they learn Portuguese as well then? Like for the Brazilians, like for us?
Yes,
Or
but you have to go to then you have to go to a private school in addition. You don't get it at the ordinary school. You have to go to a private school and pay for it.
oh, language school, you mean? They went to a
Ye-
language school that they
Yeah,
learned.
yes, we have here in Oslo and several big cities. We have like an international school that is driven by at the model of the Americans. And there they have a very large international community. And they set up courses, Arabic, Italian, French, German, Dutch, everything. And then the parents, you have to pay for it.
Mhm.
And but you get like they were Dutch, they followed the Dutch system from the Netherlands. So they have the school in the Netherlands and they followed all the courses like if they were in a Dutch school, but just for Netherlands, the Dutch, geographic and culture and history.
Okay. Amazing.
Yeah.
Like me, my children, they are not bilingual. So chapeau, I really, I'm impressed that you really stuck up and
But I had to take off every Tuesday after they finished their school and drive them to the international school. They had school there and then get them back. So it was an effort. It was not just like, oh, they can take the bus
that's
alone.
for
It's
sure.
not.
Very good.
So,
Wow.
and it's not, yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. Does anybody else has a question? Because time's up. We could go for one more question. Otherwise, we're just gonna wrap it up. No? Okay.
Can
So
I
this
just,
one, yes.
can I ask a question? I wonder why Adenico, why he doesn't work with what he studied biology.
Adenilson. Yeah,
Why
yeah. When
why don't you work as
I graduated in biology. I was thinking about teaching when I was in the last year of my college, but then
yeah
this prison came to my city, and it was something unheard of, for us. So then everyone here tried to do the test. I was a little afraid, but I take the test and I was approved. So it was better for me to stay here with my family than to move to another city. If I was like if I had to teach, I needed to move to another city. It was not my,
Yeah.
for me, it was better for me to stay here. So
Yeah.
then, yeah, but I use my
Can
graduation
I ask one additional question? Because here in Stanule, he is a teacher and he taught in a prison in Norway.
Oh, really?
Yes, and that's what, can't you teach in there where you work? Because everything they can learn helps them to provide to come back.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
especially if they
well,
are
I think that the
long.
systems are completely different in
Yeah.
Norway and in
Yes.
Brazil, but it's a good idea, Daniel. So I think you should take that to heart. Maybe
Yes,
in the
because
future.
if he can do something with, and he can stay where he is.
That's a very
Yeah.
good idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Christel, thank you so much for your time. It
Thank
was
you,
a
Chris.
delight to get
Thank
to know
you,
you
guys.
better.
Thank
And
you.
you
Thank
share
you,
your
guys.
experience with us.
Bye-bye.
You all have a
Bye.
good evening. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
being
Bye.
here. See you
Thank
next
you, Mom.
time.
Thanks, Christel.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.